Right, tonight's the 3rd of Feb and we have 4 main topics of discussion. The first is the Liberal Party's attack on the ABCC. Second is the contention of the ABCC. Thirdly, we've got foreign investment and drought relief along with bailouts with the food industry. And lastly, the token Australia Day question. Alright, let's get into this. Right, with the first question, the attack on our beloved ABC. Isn't it hilarious how the Abbott considers his own regime to be synonymous with the term Australia? So any attack on his rule is an attack against Australia. It's pretty ridiculous, that jingoistic hypocrisy. It was raised already that if the ABC is biased by his reckoning, then what would he consider Murdoch Press, News Limited and the rest of the shock jock wastes? The ABC isn't perfect, neither is SBS, but they're far more balanced and even-handed than for-profit alternatives. Their independence is essential for the functionality of the Australian news media. And besides, what's the problem with political criticism? By levelling political criticism towards the Abbott regime, it's an opportunity for them to really show their qualities, not an attack that they need to hide from. If they can do their jobs properly, then they wouldn't find it so difficult to deal with. This is not surprising, considering how long it's been since Abbott has appeared on Q&A himself. It's just cowardly, if you ask me. It's a bit disconcerting to see both Joyce and Plibersek agreeing on matters of national security and the media. Makes you wonder where their hearts really lay and if there are any different after all. As for national security and the Snowden affair, don't do the crime if you can't do the time. Simply the responsibility lies with the culprit, not the reporter. So if you can't spy properly, don't pretend to. Just don't try it at all. If you get busted, well, it's just like any other crime. You have to serve the time yourself. You have to face the consequences. This finger pointing by those who actually commit the crime is just a joke. Enough of the contention of the ABCC. There's a lot of media about the corruption in unions. Now, unions do worry about their bottom line, clearly. Their bottom line comes from union memberships. Union memberships come from union density, and union density comes from union activism, and activism comes from workers. Their workers have to be alive and working in safe conditions in order to be members, in order to pay union fees. If they hurt themselves in their job, it hurts the unions as well as themselves. Now, this isn't so bad, right? On the other hand, you've got those who are looking after the efficiency of the building sites, the profitability of building sites. Now, those come at the compromise of workplace safety. So on the one hand, you've got workplace safety, on the other hand, you've got profitability and productivity and profit. What do you think? As for the drought relief and farmers and assistance given to food production industries and not in others, the question that's been skirted around but not really asked is why are bailouts being offered in certain areas and not in others? What is the arbitrary sentiment behind supporting some people and not others? Nobody's really addressing that and nobody's really giving it any attention. But both sides of the coin are missing a major point. Food production and stuff like mining should be socialised. Now I know this is going to be hard to swallow, but this is my opinion as a fish. The market itself, the profit motivated market itself is just too brutal for these industries to function appropriately. These are long-term essential services and not short-term profit profit motivated enterprises. They can't work that way. The current direction is completely unsustainable, and assistance is simply not enough. It's just another band-aid on top of another band-aid. It's never going to be enough. Farmers simply can't absorb droughts on their own. These things need to be socialized so that we don't have to worry about individual families coping to survive, but we start to actually secure the food production that everybody has to rely upon, which is another point nobody seems to care much about. And finally, what's unique about saying you're a good Australian? Well, the question is nationalistic insecurity personified. It's ridiculous. I'll answer as explicitly as I can. She'll be right, kid. Whatever. This question needs a few more Southern Cross tattoos. Say 3 or 4 should be about, halfway to an answer.